Good morning, good morning, good morning, or good evening, good afternoon, good night, whatever it is. Hello folks, and welcome back to the channel. Your wonky favourite is back, and right, I'm going to cut straight into this. Let's not mess around. I know I've been around, been disappeared for a while, but life gets in the way sometimes, and things haven't been good, but yeah, everything's okay now, so let's crack on. Right, that's my dog's barking for some reason. Right then, where are we at? Okay, Mrs. Wynne. I did do a little bit of work. I'll show you that in a minute. The Ambassador's just round the corner, parked up, because I'm now going to have to use it kind of for a while, because the Jag needs some repairs. So yeah, right, let's get into it. So the glorious Mrs. Wynne, do you know, I can't remember. Someone's going to have to go back, probably Ricky, and just remind me of when the last time I actually done a video on this car. I'm pretty sure I was welding up that rear arch and doing the sills. As you can see, she is a little bit dusty right now, but as you can see, that sill there is all lovely and brown all the way along, and so is the wheel arch. The paint is shit because I've done it with a rattle can just to get some paint on there, and all I need to do is just this bit under here and then give it a proper coat of paint when I get round to it, really. Then basically it's just a case of, there's a few little bits that have appeared simply because I have not done anything for the last 12 months, I think. So yeah, basically all the cars, including the Mighty White, basically just got left on the drive for a while I was working, using the Jag to as much as I could use it to. And I think the last time me and Ricky spoke, we did mention that the Jag had got a little bit of damage on the driver's door. It's still there. I couldn't be asked to do it. However, right, work has started on the Jag simply because it probably shouldn't have passed its last MOT, if I'm honest. Yep, the sills have gone, which is typical X-Type, so there's going to be a video on that when I do the repairs, probably within the next couple of months, I think. Also, what we found with the Jag was the headlamp adjusters had broken. Now, there is a kit on eBay for the Jag headlights, for the X-Type headlights, where you can strip them all down and fit new adjusters. I couldn't be bothered, and I didn't have the time, and I really didn't have the time to make a video on it. Although I did say to Ricky that I'd bought a pair of new headlamps, which are now in, and I did say to Ricky that, oh, I'll do a video of that. And when I was putting the bumper back on after fitting the new headlamps, I thought, I didn't do a video of that. And I thought, sorry. So sorry folks, my bad. So while the Jag was in for its MOT, if you call it that, which was actually last year? It may have been December last year or January this year. We found a bit of a major oil leak, and on any of the X-Type forums and Facebook pages, what does come up now and then is an oil leak, which is on the sump. So as you can see, I've got to get a little part of the exhaust off. I've got to drop the air conditioning pump probably off. I might be able to leave it in situ, but the aircon pump is actually bolted through to the sump, so this part of the exhaust has got to come off. Now, there is a problem on the Jag, especially the 2.5 and the 3 litre. They are 4-wheel drive, and right there is the transfer diff. Not a problem, you might think, but so I'm nicely underneath the car now, and there is the transfer diff there. This is a bit awkward, but bear with me. Now, the the sump bolts run along up there. Not sure if you can, oh yeah, there you can see them. And one of the sump bolts is somewhere under here, which is not good. But apparently, according to some of the Jaguar videos on YouTube, you can drill through this mount. It's not ideal, but I think it's got to be done for it to be a quicker fix, rather than taking all my right hand wheel off, drive shaft out, God knows what else, prop shaft, the lot. So this is something it's going to be a bodge as per, but as you can see, she's dripping a lot of oil and there's probably not much left in it there. So right, I shall go and watch a YouTube video myself and see where I have to mark and drill this mount here, and we'll see what happens and see how we get on. So bear with me, folks. Oh, hello Rubio, have you come to help, mate? Yep, some help would be appreciated. As you can see, Rubio fans, he's still alive and kicking. Well, he's alive anyway. He's getting on now and he's slowing down, bless him. Off he trots. Yeah, thanks for your help, buddy. All right, let's not hang around any longer. Let's get underneath and let's start dropping some oil. I'm undoing the sump plug. Oh, it's been a while since I've done these videos. Got my trusty drain pan there, so let's there we go, let's wind this out. So that's in the right place. Oh dear. We have oil there. Great, look at that. There's actually some still in it. I'm quite surprised. Last time I looked on the dipstick, it was looking a bit grim actually. So yeah, as you can see there, it's absolutely soaking underneath here. It really, yeah, it's been leaking for a while. I'm not going to deny that. I mean, as you can see on the engine support there and on the exhaust, so when you do take the car on a bit of a run, it starts to stink a bit, and it's been doing it for a while. And at first I did think it was the, oh there we are, I did think it was the seal on the transfer diff. And to do the, as you can see, there is no drain plug on these blooming things. Well, that's typical of how cars are today, I think. You know, sealed for life things, when really it doesn't last the lifetime of the car. I think it barely lasts about 70,000 miles. I mean, the Jag now is up to, I'm sure it's up to 120,000 miles now. So it's done well. I did do an oil change, and when you do an oil change on these, you are supposed to flip the seal out, put a new seal on, and then you've got to jack the car up something like 20 inches to the one side, which I did do. I didn't replace the seal. I basically just got me oil sucker pump in there and sucked out what was in there, and to be fair, it was quite clean. So I don't think I've got much in the way of problems with the transfer diff at the moment, but there is a slight whine somewhere, so I'm not sure whether it is the transmission or what. It's going to be one of them. I'll find it later if I've still got the car. You know how things go with cars. It's all a case of have you still got them, whatever. Anyway, I'll just notice something there. Anyway, right, that's the oil draining out. So I'll need to remove this clamp, undo that. It shouldn't be a problem actually, because it's all coated in oil, so that should come off quite nice. Now, on one of the videos I did watch, I had a little bit of trouble getting the sump past this, and then all of a sudden it pops out. So I'm not sure what's going on with that, but we'll see. So as we progress and move along with it, I'll be undoing lots of nuts and bolts, I think, and then we'll just see what happens. And then I've got to actually drill that mount, which I'm not looking forward to, but we'll see what happens. Yeah. Oh look, the gearbox has a drain, or the auto transmission has a drain plug there, but guess what, I don't know where you actually fill it up, so that's going to be a video for later, because I do want to do a gearbox service on it later on, just in case it's got enough in it. So I'm pretty sure there is a fill tube somewhere, but there is no dipstick. Isn't that good? So okay, let's start undoing stuff. My original one got broken, so it got replaced, and they've spelt wonky wrong. Never mind. Anyway, right, okay, I've made a start. Well, just undoing this bit of exhaust. First one come out okay with a bit of jiggery pokery and stuff. That one up there is a very slow process. Yeah, I could get a load of more tools out the van and make it easy for myself, but means I've got to get up off the floor. And I'm at the age now is where you're on the floor, it takes too long to get back up, so I'll persevere. It's moving quite well now. Now I've got some magic spray on it. Not that it needed much, it's covered in oil more than anything. Right, okay, let's crack on and get this undone. Then I can give that bolt another squirt of stuff, and hopefully that one will come off as well, and then we'll be a little bit more further forward. Well, it seems I'm having a spot of bother. This collar here that bolts the exhaust together is supposed to slide, so once this has slid back I can literally just pull the pipe off there. I've got it loose from there, but that collar is absolutely sea solid. I'm probably 2 hours into this job and no further forward until I can get this off. I'm kind of considering now that I actually cut this part of the exhaust off and order a new one. I don't know, I'm going to persevere. A lot of hammering and a lot of knocking backwards and forwards. It has moved slightly, so it is getting there, but it's very, very tight. Not having fun. I think I know now why I stopped working on cars. Oh, great fun. Not. Wow, that took a lot of hammering, swearing, and God knows what else. Right, this part of the exhaust come off easy from the front cat. That part, however, this collar is very, very tight on here, and it was actually seized, so I put the cutting disc through it, and it was obviously pretty well seized up, because that actually went, when it actually broke through, it went with such a bang, so it was on pretty solid. Had it not been for that, had I not thought about it sooner, I would have had this exhaust off nearly 2 hours ago. But with the miracle of time, we can edit stuff out and God knows what. So thankfully all the swearing was done off camera. Yeah, right, okay. Now unbolt the, right, where have I got to go next? Right, unbolt the unbolt the air conditioning pump, and then drill through, where are we going? Drill through one of these mounts to get to the famous hidden bolt. There's a little bracket there at the back I've got to get off as well, so I can get that off, and then I can think about drilling through that mine's gone, transmission case mount. Obviously get the bolts out first, obviously, and then we'll go from there, so bear with me, I'll be back in a tick. Right, okay, so if we can just see here, right, I need to remove this bolt here, and the hidden bolt is basically under there, where one can't see at the moment with this camera. I wonder if I can get some light in there to have a look. Where are we? Yeah, somewhere just... hang on, sorry, I'm doing this with my phone. There, I think you can see it. No, sorry folks, I can't get no decent light on this. I think you might be able to see it just under there. Bit blurry, so I do apologise. So I need to drill through about there. So I'll go through that, take this bolt out, go through there with a pilot drill, just to make sure I'm near enough in the right place. I think there are some measurements on the internet somewhere of where to actually drill, but I think I can fathom that out. So once that's drilled, basically the sump will come off pretty easily, I think. Right, oh look, there's the black one still there. No, I've not done anything to it before you ask. Can't be asked. It's usually the case. Right, I did have to remove one of the studs there from the exhaust because it was absolutely giving me nothing but grief. Looking at the state of the other one, I'll probably put a bolt straight through it. Right, the threads are good in there, so I might just whip that one out as well now that the exhaust is off. So right, that unbolt, that drilled, and the hidden bolt out, and hopefully it should be pretty much plain sailing. So he says. Well, that's the plan anyway. Right, as you can see somewhere here, I've drilled a little pilot hole, and I'm only probably about 1 millimetre out either way, so it's no big deal. Right, now I need to obviously drill a bigger hole because I need to get a socket up into there. So my socket of choice is a 13mm on a 1/4 drive, and that measures around about 17mm. My digital thing ain't working, so I'm reading it from the rule bit there. Right, so that's around about 17mm, which is going to be really tight. So ideally I want an 18mm hole, so I'm going to sacrifice one of these. I'm going to get so far in with it, and then I'm going to chop it up and grind bits off it, so I've then got just the 18mm hole that I need. Right, stay tuned. So what I'm doing is, as I'm getting my way through it, I'm basically just chopping the ends of this off. I did say I was going to sacrifice that. I have got a couple of these anyway, and this one's a not very good one anyway. It's quite soft, but it's good enough to go through the aluminium casing. So I'll just slide back underneath. As you can see, there's lots of aluminium bits and it's getting everywhere, but here we go. So as you can see there, oh, hang on, torch, let's get out of the way. No, yep, there we are. Right, as you can see, I'm most of the way through. Up there is the bolt, so I'm basically, now I've got this at 20mm, so that's going to give me plenty of room to get the socket in, even if I'm a couple of mil out either way. So I've just got probably the last couple of bits to go through. So what I'm going to do now is basically chop that thing up, so I'm left with the 18mm and the 20mm bore, and then I'll just get that all the way through as much as I can. I am limited for space because I'm just using a normal small drill, and all this is kind of getting in the way and hindering me a little bit, but I should be able to manage to get through that last little bit, just so I can just get one bolt out. Unbelievable, isn't it? And then hopefully, with a bit of luck, I can start taking the bolts out and get the sump off. What a job. But the joys of motoring. Right, okay, I'm going to crack on with this little beauty for a little bit longer, and I'll be back with the results. And there we are. we are through, and there is the bolt that comes out of it. So all that just to get one bolt out. As you can see, there's plenty of aluminium there. The bolt will go back through that quite nicely, and if I want to, I suppose I could plug that with some chemical metal, and that'll seal that back up. But looking at it, I don't think we need to bother with that. So right, I'm going to start getting some bolts undone, and let's try and get this sump off and get this oil leak cured. Right, so that's the sump and the gasket off, and yeah, that gasket is absolutely knackered. It's been leaking like a good one. Right, and it did take a heck of a lot of swearing to get that off, because where the oil pickup pipe and filter sits is down in that little hole there, where there's a nice puddle of oil that I still need to drain out. So basically, if that cross member wasn't in the way, it would come off quite nice, but it doesn't. Yes, to do this job, really, ideally, that transfer diff really should come out of the way, should come off. But obviously, if you're going to leave parts like that on, it does make the work a little bit more difficult. So even though all the bolts is out and I could actually get the sump to move around, it still would not come away from the car. Simply, you've got 3 points basically holding it in place. Basically, so you've got this cross member here, you've also got that part of the transfer diff there, so the lip of the sump rests on that, and also you've got the front cat as well. So it did take a little bit of jiggery pokery. Basically got the front part of the sump past here, but then you're still holding on by here and here, and also that as well. So basically a little bit of brute force to bring it forward, and basically just force it against this a little, and it just allowed it to basically then drop off, which is what I was expecting to start with. So before I obviously put this back on, that's going to want cleaning up. I'm going to give that a good clean up under there as well. So yeah, not a nice job, I've got to be honest. I really didn't want to do this, and I think that's why I've left it so long to actually get round to doing the job. But it's a job now that needed to be doing, because it was leaving patches of oil everywhere, and it was also dripping on the exhaust. So if I got a little bit excited with the accelerator pedal and got the exhaust a little bit hot, you could kind of smell burning, and it wasn't very nice. So yeah, it was a job that needed to be doing. So I thought, well, it's a nice weekend, dry weekend, I've got the weekend to myself, so I thought, right, let's just get it done. So with a bit of luck, hopefully today I can actually have the sump back on and all bolted up, basically just ready to put some oil in it when I get it. I haven't actually got any oil at the moment. I'm still waiting for it to be delivered. Ricky, you've got some serious editing to do here, mate. Sorry. No, I'm not, because this is fun. Okay, right, see you later, have fun. Alright, I'll be back in a minute. So I'm just going to go and clean this up, so stay tuned. So there's our lovely clean sump and one new gasket. So I've cleaned all the mating face off under there. Can't quite see it, never mind. I ain't crawling under there just yet, just to take some videos. Right, it's just a case of now banging this on and getting the sump back on, and getting it all bolted back up together. So it's all good fun, I suppose. So there's my lovely sump all back on with the new gasket all torqued up. Again, putting it back together was probably just as bad as getting it off. A lot of jiggery pokery and a bit of brute force to get it back on. Not the easiest job at all. It really was a bad job. So all I'm left to do now is just put this exhaust back on, and that'll be me done for the day, I think. I'm going to leave it up on the ramps anyway, because the seed, the mighty seed, is parked right behind it now. So but I can't really start it up anyway because I don't have any oil yet. So so yeah, that'll be tagged onto this video anyway once I get it back off the ramps and up and running again. So yeah, so all I'm left to do for today at least now is just put this exhaust back on. A few days later. Okay, my oil has now turned up finally. Took a few days, but there you go, can't be helped. So I didn't need the car because the good old mighty white there never lets me down, does it really? Bless it. Needs a bit of work though. We can sort that out on another video pretty soon, I hope. So in the meantime now, I'm just gonna put this oil in the Jag, and hopefully it's not going to leak out. So that's the oil in, and we're not quite up to the full mark. I have left a little bit low just because, as you can see, we are still on the ramps. So what I wanted to do now is fire her up and let her run for a bit, and see if we get any leaks. Hopefully we don't. So here she's, the Jag. Look at all that grey plastic and leather. Lovely. We're good. That red light there is just to tell me that the driver's door is open. Nobody's fastened the seatbelt yet, and the handbrake is on. So she fired up lovely there. Nothing visible in the way of leaks or drips, but then again, it has only just been started up, so I'll let her idle for a bit, and obviously to get her off the ramps I need to play musical cars anyway. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to pause this for now, and I think what I'll do is I'll get her off the ramps and take her for a little drive, and then just have a quick check underneath just to make sure that we're not leaking any more oil. Hopefully this is another job done on the Jag. For future videos, what we got next. So I'm still trying to source a door for the driver's side because of this horrible nice little dent and scratch. I mean, it doesn't show up too much. I dare say a good one of these dents away places could probably fix that for me, but if I can find a door for 100 quid, that'll do me. And then next up we've got the sills, which will be in another video obviously, where these sill covers come off, and I'm not sure if you can see. Oh look, there's a hole. So I might look at replacing the whole sill. It's going to be one of these where I pull the covers off, have a look, start poking holes and see how far down the front I go with it. So if it's all the way along, obviously I'll just replace the sills and be done with it. Not a nice job, but sure, it's video worthy, and also to get her back up to scratch, there's things like this. I want to get some new waist trims, waist seal trims. It's a common problem with the X-Type, but that one's really ugly. But it's only on the back ones and, you know, back doors and the estate bit that they're going. the front one seemed to be okay, so we'll see. So right, let's play musical cars and put her back on the ground and see how we get on. So she's just been on a 15-minute drive, get her nice and warm, and there are no further drips there. However, looks like I've overfilled the cooling thing, the expansion tank, so just a little bit of overflow from that, so no big deal there. I actually think the expansion tank is cracked actually, so that'll be another job for me. So, but anyway, the sump gasket is all done, so I'm happy with that now. At least I can give her a good thrashing and not smell burning oil. Right, so there she is. X-type fans of the channel, in all her glory again. So that's me dog's barking. So right, there we have it. So that's me done for this video. Hope you've enjoyed watching and all that. And yeah, there will be a video coming out real soon with me and Ricky working on Agatha, which I'm really looking forward to be honest. So that's it from Wedge World and X-Type World. We are good to go for the time being, so catch you all soon. Take care of yourselves and each other. See you soon. Bye.